Architectural Builder's Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
This is the first time I'm working. I'm making a door for client wants a pivot door. That's what I'm working on right now. What type of warranty does that hardware have?
Warranty?
Yes.
Well, I mean, the manufacturer's catalog is going to list a warranty, but you'd have to measure in decades before one of these things wore out. There's not much to these.
Perfect. I'm not looking to be picky, and we're making a door. It's going to be a steel door, about 300 pounds. And this one says that it's rated for 500 pounds. That's correct. So I shouldn't have any issues with it, right?
The 370 is a 500-pound rated center hung pivot. That's right.
Okay. The architect wants me to offset from the point that it's going to pivot 4 inches in from the jamb. That was one of my questions. Am I able to do that?
You can put it anywhere you want. You can make it a revolving door if you want. Well, you can't put it anywhere you want. There's a minimum. But you can put it at 4 inch. You can put it at 8 inch. You can put it at anything you want.
Okay. It's a standard 36 inches wide by 6 feet and 8 inches tall. I just haven't worked with these type of hinges. I usually do the barrel hinges. This doesn't seem like it's going to be a problem. I just have to get a little bit of information.
It ain't going to be a problem. I mean, not that I can.
Oh, my other question for you was, am I able to weld the bottom pivot and the top pivot to my jamb?
No.
Those have to be screwed on?
Yeah, you're going to mechanically fasten that material. Could you weld them? Yeah, probably. But man, you're really going to screw up the guy that comes down the road that's going to need to service this material. Can the material be welded? It can be welded, but that would certainly not be best practice to weld it.
Okay. And you're And you're coming from the maintenance, because of the maintaining.
Well, I'm coming from the template, the installation instructions, the manufacturer's published paperwork, and I'm also coming from the perspective of the poor SOB who in 20 years is going to take all that stuff out and found out that the guy welded it.
Okay.
I mean, you do your thing, but as a distributor, I'm just going to give you what I think the proper advice to be. Okay,
not an issue. Okay, bam, that should be it. Let me see. And these guys have templates and instructions on how to install them. Do they come with instructions?
They do, and they got me. They do, and they got me with 30 plus years being able to tell you how to do it.
Perfect. Okay. So if I have any questions, I can shoot you a call. Now, are these the same thing as the Rixson hinges, or is this your guys' brand?
No, the 370 is a Rixson. Are you asking about a 370 or an 0370?
The one that I'm calling for is an 0370, but the one that I was sent for was a Rixson. Let me see. I think, you know what? I think it is the same thing. I'm sorry. Let me see.
So it's not the same thing because it's two different companies. If it was me, I would use the 0370 only because it's less expensive, but you should probably get that approved so that there's no, come back on you if there's some sort of problem because you provided something that wasn't specified. Get them to approve it and then go for the 0370, which I have sitting on the shelf.
Okay. No, and they gave me they told me that I could pick my own hardware. It's just that the architect was familiar with the Rixson, but I called Rixson and they wouldn't sell it to me, and then I called their distributors and some of them told me that they were discontinued. So that's when I started doing my research, and I found you guys.
Wow, that's pretty awful advice, because the 370 is like getting French fries at a hot dog stand. I mean, it's so common.
I have no idea. Arizona people, that's what they told me. So I was like, oh, fuck. But you guys' 0370 is pretty damn good. I mean, it's the same thing, right? It's very comparable to it.
Same. Yeah, it's no coincidence that the part number is 0370 where the original is 370. There's no coincidence there. They had to change it by something, and that's what, so.
Okay, perfect. Let me see. What's your name?
Richard.
Okay. Richard. Okay, my name is Mario. I'm going to order this stuff. This is going to be a steel door, and we're just going to, shouldn't be horribly hard to make. But if I have any questions, I'll shoot you guys a call. And I'll be making the purchase.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I'll watch for it.
Sounds good. And this pivot set, well, it opens either way, right? There's no. They want it to be a right swing.
No handing.
This is no hand.
This will literally act like a revolving door, except that a revolving door, you can't go clockwise and counterclockwise. This will spin infinitely to the clockwise and infinitely counterclockwise. Assuming that's how you built it.
Correct. And you're saying, okay, and just to make sure that I can offset it 4 inches, and I shouldn't have any problems with it.
You won't have any problem. I mean, you've got to look at the template and not be below what it requires, but you can kick it over further if for some reason that you want to.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good, Richard. That'll work. Thanks, sir.
Awesome.
Those are all my questions.
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video.
So the door, it's a steel door. It's going to be 2 inches thick. What is the minimum gap that I can have this door, the gap between the jamb and the door for it to swing open for that 0370 center pivot set?
Well, the answer to that would require putting it into AutoCAD, based on the thickness and the pivot point and what you're going to do to the edge of the door. If it's going to be a square edge door, is it going to be a square edge door?
It is, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, without putting it in AutoCAD, I couldn't give it to you to the 32nd or the 16th, but 5/16, 3/8, something in that range.
Okay. I'm gonna try and put it on AutoCAD. See if I can figure that out.
What you should do is place the order, and then I will send it to you. I won't do it without an order, but if you order the hardware with me, I'll do it, and I'll send you. I'll do it.
Okay. Perfect. That'll work. You're gonna get it from the order's gonna come from Arizona Wheel Repair Mario. You'll get that.
When I see that, I'll fire up AutoCAD. I'll draw a couple of rectangles. I'll put a point for rotation, and I'll let you know what it needs to be. I'll make you a video or something.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's how we make a living, my man. Thanks for calling.
Bye-bye.
Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program. If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it. Okay, let's show that customer what sort of gap he'll need on a 2-inch thick door when you're moving that pivot point over 4-inch, and we'll assume that it'll be installed and positioned right down in the center of the door thickness. If you've made it this far into this video, you must be determined to see it through to the end, and we appreciate your hanging in there with us and watching this entire video. It means a lot. It takes a lot of work to create these videos in the sense that You know, it's time taken away from doing other things. However, the advantage for me personally of creating these videos is the fact that it does allow myself to either learn about something new, to reacquaint myself with something, or to reinforce what I believe that I already know. Any comments that you might leave down below would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Okay, let's make a drawing here. I always like to use the origin point because it allows me to see exactly how far away I am from a 0, 0 point. And let's go ahead and draw some basic objects, and then we'll come back together when it's time to rotate. Regarding the links to ads that you might see in this video, we do apologize for any interruption to a smooth viewing experience. And hopefully the ads that are being presented to you are related to the base product. And if there is something, feel free to click on those and perhaps consider taking a look at what that other advertiser is promoting. Let's get back to the video. Okay, I've got a simple drawing here. I've got a door, a couple of jambs. I've got 4 inches from the jamb over and right in the center of the thickness. So let's grab this. And by the way, what we have here is got a 1/4 inch between the jamb and the door is what we're showing, a 1/4 inch. So let's just see what that's going to look like. So we go over to rotate, we select our object, and by the way, I've grouped the object, this little circle, just showing the vertical axis of pivoting. So we've selected the object. Now we're going to select its base point, which is right at 4 3/4, and then right in the center of the thickness of the door. And now we can rotate that. Like I told the client on the phone, if you move that pivot point all the way over to the center, it will just go like a revolving door. So it looks like its closest approach is right at about 30 degrees or so. And you know, without getting too particular, oops, measure distance. You know, that's 1/8 of an inch right there. So with a 1/4 inch gap, you'll have 1/8 of an inch margin left over. So let's try this one more time, where I've basically taken my door, my jamb. Let's ungroup this, and then let's move the jamb. Let's see. We'll move the door closer 1/16 of an inch, which really just means we're just making the door wider, let's say. And we're literally just moving it over. We're making it 1/16 of an inch wider. Each one of my major lines is a 1/4 inch, and my minor lines here are 1/16. So now let's measure. Now I've got 3/16 between this stuff. I've not moved the pivot point because I'm not changing that. It's still going to be 4 3/4. I just made the door wider. So now let's rotate. Let's select our objects. Let's hit enter, specify the base point, and let's rotate. Now we get to where it seems to be about the closest, and now, yeah, you can see we're going to be at a 1/16 of an inch there, which makes sense because we were about an 1/8 of an inch before. So distance, let's turn our snap off. Let's go from here to here. Now you got a 1/16 of an inch, and I sure would not recommend going any narrower than 3/16 margin. I would leave it a 1/4 inch and give yourself an 1/8 of an inch margin when the door is opening. And as the door thickness increases or decreases, so too will the minimum and maximum margins be based on what that standard gap would be. There you go. And as I had mentioned to the client on the phone, when you place that order with us, we'll put that into AutoCAD for you so you know exactly what margin you need to be working on. Not such a big deal with a door because, quite frankly, a lot of customers, they don't ask what the margin is. They'll usually just build a mock-up. But my argument is you can save yourself all the time of actually building it when the AutoCAD, the computer software, does all that work for you. And sure, it's theoretical, and it doesn't account for material and warpage and you not, putting everything per the plan or field job site conditions. But on paper, when you build a template, this is what people are looking at. So rely on us to be able to provide you the technical support after the order as well. Thank you. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.